Welcome back, guys, to the Down for Mobbing podcast. So, I wanted to just jump on here and talk to you guys real quick. Got a lot of new stuff going on. If you follow us on Instagram, you know I was in a motorcycle accident, broke both arms, but that was a while ago, 4 weeks ago. So, in this meantime, I've been really, obviously, when I got in my accident, I basically lost my job because I was only there for a week. So lost my job and I was stuck at home, and I really wanted to create something that was different, that was new. And that's where I came up with this idea of a prep book. This prep book is more than just a whiteboard, more than just a book to put your therapy notes in. This book is for everybody that just wants to go out to the desert and have a good time and like have a successful day, weekend, race, whatever it's going to be. You just want the ultimate success out of that trip. So this book right here is exactly what that's going to be. And I wanted to talk about the book, what's new with DFM, and what we're doing next. So let's get into that. Let's talk about DFM. What's new with DFM? Down for Mobbing is officially back into show season. What that means is we'll be attending events, doing booths, seeing all you guys in person, which is our favorite thing to do, and with a bunch of cool new stuff in the market. So, yes, we still have the Ford Ranger. So, the big thing for me, it's really hard to stay motivated in off-roading because it's just so damn expensive. And after a while, all the hours of prepping, all the hours of stressing, all the hours of bleeding, all the hours of getting in fights with your loved ones because you're spending too much time in the garage, that just takes a toll on you. And eventually you're just, I need a break. That's just how it happens. And that happened for me. I went through a loss of a job, having to move, getting a new job. So, long story short, I'm excited for desert season. It's been a long break, and I'm ready to come back full force. Let's go. So for DFM, if you know, I bought a motorcycle, Harley Davidson, brand new, 4 miles on it. It was like my little side passion. It really rekindled the working automotive thing in me because I was just burnt out on the truck, like I was saying. Buying this bike was a really cool thing that kind of re-sparked that for me. It was a new thing to kind of tinker on and kind of build on, and really just, it was a fun project. And unfortunately, it just ended sooner than I liked it. Luckily, I am still here. I am still walking. That is the most important thing. And at the end of the day, my loved ones are surrounding me. You guys are all supportive. You guys have reached out in an unbelievable way that I would never expect. All the people that helped with the GoFundMe, I really appreciate all you guys. I haven't had enough time to say thank you, and I just want you guys to know I do appreciate that. But so the accident happened, and I broke both arms, and I lost my newer job in the process of that happening. So it was really a bummer, but it was a really good reality check, to be honest. A real good hey, hold the fuck on. What are you doing? It was a reality check, a solid reality check. And I think after my accident, I'm definitely more humble, more grateful, which we should all be. One thing that I just can't stand is when people are like, why me? Why me? Why is this happening to me? I was in the hospital, 2 broken arms. They shoved me out into the middle of the hall, and I was surrounded by other people. And the amount of times I heard people say, why me? Why me? Why has this happened to me? It happens to you because you have that kind of an attitude. I've never in this whole entire scenario of me breaking both my arms, have I been that kind of a victim of why me. That why me shit is dumb, and you should never fucking say that. You need, that shit just really pisses me off. Why me? Yeah, you, because you're the one that's playing the victim, and that shit is just old, and you need to get up and fucking get your life together. Do some carnivore shit like Dweezy or something. God. Okay, I'm done ranting on that. But, you know, I'm not done, actually. Hold the fuck on. So it just is like, dude, you can do so much better with your life if you just put in a little more effort, got on a little bit of a diet, sat on a fucking bike, and got your fat ass back to work. You know what I mean? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Anyways, so this whole like process has really got me thinking, what am I gonna do? You know, what I didn't have a secure job because I was only there for a week, and you know, I got hurt. They couldn't do anything about it. So, you know, they were very nice. They held on. I still was able to use the insurance from there, so that was awesome. Thank God for that, because it would have been expensive. My doctor bill came $145,000 for 2 broken arms. Wow. I've never I knew our system, like the medical system, was really broken, but holy shit, I didn't know it was that bad. So luckily, though, you know, with a little bit of effort, people surrounding you, you can get through a lot of terrible situations. So stop saying why me and get the fuck out there and do something better. So for me, like, why, how did I use that? I use that as in like, what am I going to do that's going to be different, change the industry, probably not change a whole bunch, but what is something different that no one's doing? You know, a lot of us have a whiteboard. A lot of us have beer boxes laying around that you write on and then they get thrown away or something happens to them, right? So my idea, and I used to prep trophy trucks a long time ago, and this is kind of what we used to do, but it was all handwritten and it just wasn't that great of a process. So I kind of reached back there and I just, you know, try to use the experience and how we used to do things professionally. And I want to bring that to the pre-runner side. You know, I want it to be as user-friendly, affordable. I don't want it to break the bank because at the end of the day, we have a very expensive truck we're all trying to build. So what I'm trying to say is the new Down for Mobbing prep book is something you need to look at. So let's do that. So this book is made in the USA, literally on the mountain near Lake Arrowhead. It's called Twin Peaks. Little town, little print shop up there was nice enough to work with us. It was kind of a lot of work. I've never made a book before, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And luckily, with the help of the internet and the help of these people, I kind of figured out how to do it. So I wanted it to be legit, straightforward, easy to use. I want it to be durable, last a long time, because let's be honest, everything we do is in the middle of the desert and it is very rough. On our shirts, you know, if you owned any of, if you bought any of our shirts, you know that all of our stuff is high quality. We want the best, not just because it's our brand, but because I know how it is to buy something really shitty and then you unpack it and then it's like thin and it's shitty and it's cheap and it's like, man, I just worked 4 hours for this fucking sweater that sucks. I've been there. It sucks. I'm not Amazon, but I try my best to get that shit out the door into you guys same day. But let's be real, that's not really how it works. So at least if you order it, I will package it and send it out same day. There's been like 3 times out of the 3 years that we have been selling and shipping that I've actually got kind of stuck and I had to reship it. We've had some issues on the website that, you know, the inventory was just off and I had to email you guys, and luckily everyone's really cool about it. But you know, that's part of owning a brand. That's sort of like when you're so small, like, well, I'm kind of the person, I'm like pretty much the person that does all this stuff. So it's hard to kind of keep track of everything and keep order of everything, run over here, do this, you know, prep the truck, you know, build the merchandise. It's just a lot of work. And I love that because I love to be busy and I love every little part of it. Honestly, I do. But you know, you're going to make mistakes as you go, and that's okay because that's how you grow bigger and better. And that's how you learn lessons. I don't want to learn lessons by someone telling me on YouTube. I want to learn lessons by learning it the hard way. I believe that's the best way to learn, because you'll fuck up and then you'll be like, holy shit, I don't want to do that again because that was terrible. You know, so that's how I learn. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I forgot what started it, but let's get into the prep book. The prep book, yes, quality. That's where I was trying to go. Quality is important. Quality is key. Quality is, get this bug off my book, is everything we go for. Like when you buy this book, you're not only supporting Down for Mobbing, you're also supporting the small little print shop on top of the mountain, which I think is really cool. Very family owned, operated, very cool company. Well, business, actually, I should say. So, spiral bound book. That was like the big thing. I want spiral bound because you can get the plastic cone shape style ones. And those are the ones that you like, kind of like, if you work in an industrial side, you know, like big manuals have the cheap, flimsy binder side on it. And I wanted it to be durable, where you throw it in the truck, throw it in the tote. Dixie, I'm filming, quiet. And so that was the main thing, is getting spiral bound, costs more money, but again, quality. So all these pages are super thick, really thick, quality. The first page is going to be your tools used. Let's go over the tools used. Why do you need to write down tools on there? Because your tools are important. Tools are the things that save your truck from falling apart. When you're going in the desert, how many of you guys have just thrown a bag on the ground like, man, I don't really know what I need. I don't know, like, I don't know what socket I need. I'm just going to take all this. And now you're taking a ton of shit that you don't need. So if you write down your tools, say one day you're doing your front hubs, you just write down all the tools used on the front hubs. And then that way you know what you need. So say that you're prepping for a weekend. So all the things that you're kind of using, like maybe a 5/8 socket for this, a screwdriver for this, a special Allen for this. You write all those down on this piece of paper right here, and that will take you so far ahead of packing. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but you know, it's just going to really help you when you go to pack that bag. You're going to put the bag on the ground and you'll be like, okay, let's go through the book. This is what I need. I need this, throw it in the bag, take it. Then you're not taking extra shit you don't need. How many of us have done that? I know I have. Nothing's worse than rummaging through your freaking bags and you can't find your tools because you have too many tools you don't even need. So that's going to be your first page. Your next page is going to be all for events. So a lot of us, like me, I'm going to a lot of shows this winter. So I want to write down all of the events that I want to attend. That way I know what to plan for. And on the side of that, there's an attending, yes or no. And then you can circle whether you're attending or you're not going to be attending. And that way you stay organized, you know ahead of the game where you're going. So the pages, some of the pages, they're going to be not how to prep, but they're going to be just a little insight of what I've learned in the industry and what I say to myself, what I go by to really help me succeed in the dirt. So the main book is going to be your to-do list and then your repair list. They're going to be on the same side. Basically, you're going to have a prep work done by, you would write your name down there, the date you started. You're going to go through, prep your truck. You're going to be like, okay, I need to tighten the left hub. I need to check the crack on the rear of the housing. I need to add more fluid to the motor. Trans is leaking. You would write all these things down. And then you have a repair list on the other side that you're going through. You notice that the rear upper link mount is breaking off of the truck. So you write that down, repair upper link. Then you put rear heim is loose. Put front steering rack is loose. That's just going to really help you stay organized. And at the bottom of the page, it says prep work needs to be done by. And then you can write the date. You could write what event you're going to be attending for that as well. So you're going to have a bunch of pages for that stuff. Next, you're going to have your parts order list. On the parts order list, this is like side by side with the prep list because personally, I go through the truck. I know what I need. I'm going to need to prep this, this, and this. And then you do your repair list. And off your repair list, then you know what parts you're going to need to order. So I put those side by side so that you have your repair list. You're going to be like, okay, rear upper heim loose. So then you're going to come to your parts order list. You're going to put down order new FK heims or anything like that. You maybe need a new wheel bearing because the front one's smoked. You put that on your parts list. You write next to it says ordered, yes, no. You write, circle it if it's ordered, circle it if it's not ordered. Pretty straightforward, super simple. If this is like really, if you're a race team, this book is 100% ideal for you. So we're going to turn the pages. You got a bunch of spots to put your parts, some more motivational stuff on here, and then you're going to have your trailer to-do list. I think a lot of us really neglect the trailer. Let's be real. If you have a truck and a trailer and an off-road truck, you know that those three things right there are equally going to get us smashed. They're going to get a lot of miles on them, hard miles. The California roads are not forgiving. They're very rough, not well maintained, even though we put a lot of money into them. But, it's rough out there for the vehicles. So just here, I put trailer to-do list, trailer repair list. Same as the prep for the truck. You go through the trailer, write what needs to be done, write what repairs need to be done, and then you move on. Next, you're going to have a spot for your chase tow vehicle prep. Same as the truck, same as the trailer. Chase truck needs attention too. So on here, you got your spaces to put the prep and the work you're going to be doing. This is like really straightforward, super, like a third grader could probably figure this out. Now, you have a section on here for spare parts and fluid totes. This is probably my favorite part in the book because when I go to the desert, I always bring a tote of fluid. I always bring my tote of parts. But if you're like a race team, you're going to have so many totes that it's going to be hard to remember where everything is. Say that only one tote has toilet paper. Say that Johnny in the back has to go take a shit, but you have 5 totes in front of you and they're all zip tied and you don't know which one it's in. You just open your book here and you go to your spare parts and totes page and you go to, there's a section on here that says tote name number. That's going to be the key right there. You're going to write down what the tote is called or what the number on the tote is. And that way you could also put not just toilet paper, but you can put anything that's going into that tote can be on this page for this tote. Trust me, I've been there. Nothing is worse than packing a bunch of stuff, stacking it all, and then needing to get something out of it again. That is annoying. So we're going to continue turning pages. Towards the back is going to be kind of a little more free range with notes. Now, the first section is going to be called repair notes. Say that you want to keep an eye on something. Say that that rear upper link is cracking off, but it's still intact and it can make it a couple more trips because you want to redo something back there anyways. So you're going to put on here, keep an eye on rear upper link. Easy as that. Or there's other sections in the back here that are just called other notes, which would be like when you go shock tuning. Say that you make a couple turns on the tube, on the bypass tubes, you would list that in this section so you can come back to your notes. Most important part, because we've all seen the numbers on the tubes, and when you wash your truck, most of these get like brake clean or simple green, and then the marker just comes off. So why not have it in a more secure, better's place so that you can, having everything organized is my whole point here. That's all it really comes down to. This book is built from me losing my job and having 2 broken arms and trying to figure out some income. This book, and then I took that and I went back to my racing days and prep days, and I just was like, what is something that we're all missing? We're all missing a book that is small. You can fit it inside your duffel bag. You can fit it inside your to-go bag. I wouldn't throw it in a tool bag, but like it's durable enough that you can just throw it around and it'll be fine. Like this book right here, everyone needs it. So do me a favor, go to the downformobbing.com, check that out, please and thank you. It supports Down for Mobbing, and really, I want this to go to all the race teams. That is the end goal for the book. So if you know some race people that, maybe race Baja, maybe just race local. Maybe they just race a short track. Like, it doesn't need to be Baja 1000. Like, this book can be used for a Can-Am, could be used for a dirt bike, could be used for anything, could even be used for a drift car if you wanted to. This is like an automotive go-to book right here. So if you guys enjoyed the book, if you bought the book, thank you. The book sold really quick the first round that we had. We just got them ordered again. They're here. I don't have a bunch because they're not very cheap to make, but they're here and they're available on the website. As long as it says add to cart, they're available. So go check them out. And let's talk about some other things in the news. So if you guys know, Dweezy and I are friends. We film together. We hang out together. I broke my arm. He came up, and him and Stella both made dinner. They took me out to eat. Like, great people. So I'm going to support them a little bit here. And I need you guys to go to thedweezyshop.com and use DFM10 on your next order. So that's a little ad right there for you guys. So upcoming events. We just got through Sand Sport Super Show, and next we're going to have Off-Road Expo, which is going to always be a good time. A lot of free stickers handed out at that event for sure. After that, October 19th, we're going to do rodeo rigs. We're going to go with them, hang out. We're going to set up a booth. I've invited 4 or 5 trucks to come hang out at the booth with us. We're going to try to take over Overlander event with prerunners. That's the goal. So it's going to be in San Diego, Snapdragon Stadium, brand new stadium in San Diego. It's where the Qualcomm Stadium used to be. Really cool. I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to have the books. We have some new merch coming out. I designed a new shirt. I call it Back to the Street because it reminds me of the old skateboarding days. You know, back in my day, I used to skateboard before I ripped my meniscus and ACL. It wasn't fun, but yeah, I used to skateboard, and I want to go back to either like the era of like Chad Muska, you know, big old boombox, skateboarding, not really caring about what happens, just trying to have fun. Like, that's what Down for Mobbing is all about. Down for Mobbing is 100% about community. We want to build up the community. We want to show the new guys how to do things safely, correctly. We want to, I've been like playing around with the idea of maybe doing some safety courses. If you guys are interested in like a safety course on being out in the desert, on the trails, you know, there's trail etiquette, and there's companies like Clean Desert. There's companies like Friends of the Oceana Dunes, Corva, all those guys. Those guys are all out there to help us, to help the community, and really just keep the desert, the dunes, whatever it is, open. So that's really important. You know, every year Clean Desert does many desert cleanups, and there's one in November. So you guys should check that out. We'll be posting about that on our Instagram page and our Facebook page and on the website. So yeah, that's pretty much where DFM's at. That's where I'm at. That's the last 4 months of my life. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope, you know, if you guys want to hear me blab about more stuff, if you want to listen to me talk about stuff that I don't have anything. I don't even know why there's a laptop in front of me, because there's nothing on it. I didn't even put anything on there. There's no notes. This is all off the top. Really, I wanted to show you guys the book because there is some questions about it, but everybody that I've seen it, I showed it to a bunch of people last weekend, weekend before that at TCB Ranch. A bunch of us were out there. You guys, if you're on Instagram, you've seen the videos. That was a good time. Thank you to SoCal Eric for putting that together. That was an awesome time. But yeah, I took that book out there. I showed a bunch of the guys that race, and everyone was stoked on it. You know, a lot, like one of the main questions I get is, why buy this book versus a whiteboard? The whiteboard doesn't fit in a truck. The whiteboard, if you throw it in the truck, it's more than likely just going to get smudged and erased. This book right here is going to be your go-to for sure. Small enough. It's all in there. You don't have that much space on a whiteboard unless you got a really big professor whiteboard, which, let's be real, you're not going to take that to the desert. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video or this podcast, whichever one you're listening to. But I love you guys. Thank you all for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.